Hey y'all, so really quick, I just want to talk about what made me want to start doing readings and tarot. Well, I don't really do tarot, but excuse me, I kind of will. I do oracle more so, whatever. But anyways, y'all, 2019 was my awakening year. So I literally went through so much I just went through a lot of transitioning and I had to leave a lot of things. But before I got into my awakening, I was depressed. I swear, honestly, I just feel like I was depressed for a year. And I feel like sometimes when you're depressed, it can catch up to you. So it's not that I wasn't depressed, it's just that it wasn't that bad, and then it got super bad. Like something triggered it. Honestly, what triggered my depression was a situationship from a guy, and honestly it reminded me of my old relationship that I had with this guy I went with in college. And I had never really properly healed from the situation. That guy was a narcissist. It was just super, like, it was just a lot to, like, I literally would, see things, know things, and blatantly be in my face, and then he would just gaslight me as if I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know he was cheating. I didn't know he was lying. All that jazz. In the beginning, it was like a love bomb situation, like trying to buy me all this stuff like that, just for him to just change and start, just tearing my mental down. Like, it just was bad. And then it ended up getting like physical, and I don't even know what happened. My freaking eye is twitching. I don't really know what happened, but I know that I got rushed into the bathroom. We were fighting. I know he was trying to break my phone, and literally he was just trying to do anything he could to make me feel low. And I got rushed into the bathroom, and then my lip was bleeding. And I think at that point, I was just shocked that I was in this predicament. He didn't necessarily put his hands on my face, but that doesn't matter. Like, I was still being mentally, emotionally, and technically we got physical. And I just remember him trying to break my phone. I had to actually call out a word. I don't even know how I'm talking about this, but I remember him trying to leave with my phone, and I kept trying to get it. Like, I wasn't putting my hands on him. I wasn't trying to do that. I really was trying to get my phone, because I understand that guys just are more strong than us. I would never just be trying to hit a guy or think I can beat a guy up, because I don't believe that. And then all hell broke loose. But he was a narcissist, and honestly, the red flags were there from the beginning, but I didn't know any better. So anyways, all that to say, I carried that with me for a minute, and I didn't know this. I never got in a relationship after that. I didn't know that. I'm telling the story. It's kind of emotional, I'm not gonna lie, because I never told the story. But I never got into a relationship. I just, like, I always would lie and say I didn't want to be in a relationship, and I would just go along with just dating guys, and we would be doing boyfriend girlfriend stuff, but it was never a commitment. And that even happened with the guy who was a narcissist. We were together, and then at one point we just he ended it with me, and then we remained still doing boyfriend and girlfriend stuff, but he literally was doing whatever he wanted, blah blah blah. So fast forward, I never got in a relationship after that. And then I remember liking this guy, and I just kind of felt like, I won't say he's a narcissist per se, but I would say, because I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to say is that I had a lot of wounds that I hadn't healed, and I hadn't learned from, and I didn't even know that I was codependent. Clearly my self-esteem was low. I had never really worked on my self-esteem. That's why I always say now I have a real self-esteem, because at a time it was fake. Because if you have high self-esteem, you don't stay around bull. Like, if somebody not meeting your needs, you out. And he wasn't meeting my needs, but I stayed. I stayed because I just felt like, I don't even know why I stayed. I remember at one point feeling like I needed to fix him, but honestly, you can't fix nobody but your damn self. So when I was in a situationship recently, and I'm gonna call it that because that's what it was, we weren't together, I honestly just felt like, dang, I'm doing the same thing over again with a different guy. Granted, he didn't do none of that stuff that first guy did ever. Like, no, because I just wasn't going for that. But just certain wounds about myself, like me feeling like just this insecurity in myself that I hadn't healed. And I remember I was just depressed. I was super depressed because we basically we were cool, and all of a sudden he started becoming distant, and he broke it off, and he ended up with a girlfriend. And I was like, dang, you know. It's funny now because I was just like, dang, I didn't even know that he wasn't feeling me like that, right? I mean, I should have known better because, you know, if somebody doesn't make it official with you, then technically they don't want you. And it's okay, but also at the same time, I had to learn that just because people make certain decisions don't mean that reflect who I am or my self-worth or my value, because I know I'm valuable, I know I'm worthy and all this good stuff. But at the time I didn't, so I fell into a depression. It wasn't just him, but it did trigger it. But I fell in depression because I was still like, I was just doing stuff I didn't want to do. I wasn't happy. My finances was just not the best because I'm used to getting what I want. Like, I'm used to like, okay, I want that, I'm gonna get that. And I just wasn't doing anything that I normally would do. I wasn't wearing makeup like I did. I wore a little makeup, but it wasn't like how I used to beat my face and really go into my makeup. I wasn't doing my YouTube videos. I wasn't singing. I literally was not doing things that I really love to do. I wasn't even really dressing how I normally would dress. Like, I wasn't wearing no heels or anything. And I was at a job that, it was just a job, but everybody knows, at least my family should know, I'm a creative person. So certain stuff just don't work for me. And I'm not saying that, you know, quit your job and all this stuff like that. Like, that everybody is not everybody. For me, I'm an artist type person. So I literally like beauty. Like, I always like beauty, skincare, YouTube, singing. I like dressing up. I like, you know, hair. All the nails, lashes. I like that. That's who I am. And I just wasn't doing it. I wasn't being Alexis. And honestly, I'm so glad that he triggered me because I needed to heal that stuff to move forward. Because once this happened to me, I literally had an awakening and change. But before, I don't even know how I got to telling this story, and I'm kind of glad I did because I never thought I would tell the story. But I was depressed watching tarot for, I feel like, a year. So I was learning the ropes. I was just watching tarot. I was learning about, even though I already knew about astrology, the tarot that I would read was based off astrology, and everybody knows I love astrology. So I watched it, and then I contemplated for a minute. I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even do it. I didn't do it, but based off when I initially wanted to do it, I didn't do it because of other people. I did it because you know, my family is a Christian-based family, and they super religious, and what are they gonna say? And then I got church people following me. What are they gonna say? And it was just a lot, so I did not do it. And then I just got to a point where I'm like, are you gonna live for you for once? Are you gonna go back to being who you are? Are you gonna go back to doing what you want to do? And here I am finally doing the things that I want to do, can't never say this word, unapologetically me, authentically myself. What's crazy is that what I do need to stop doing is doubting my gifts. I'm a singer. I am super creative. I have amazing ideas. I'm super empathic, and I know how to balance it now, so you can't play me. I'm a freaking genius. I'm very wise for my age. I'm intuitive. I give great advice. I can do a lot of things. I like to do makeup. I like to review stuff. Like, I like to help people. So that's why I started my YouTube channel, because I was just like, oh my God, I don't want people to go out here and waste their money. I want to be able to get it for them first and then tell them. So I like to help people. So now I get to be Alexis authentically. And, you know, sometimes we kind of go through stuff just to get to where we're going. So I'm so glad that I was triggered. I'm so glad that that triggered me, because I healed myself. I was able to heal, because I never did. And I never realized you're not healed and you do want to be in a relationship. I do want to be in a relationship, but I won't be desperate for a relationship. Like, if the relationship is right, then I will be in it. But now I won't deny myself and say, oh, I don't want one, because I don't mind a relationship, but I'm not desperate for a relationship. So that means I don't have to sit here and settle for less, because I won't, because I know my worth. But I didn't know. So I had to get triggered, and I had to go through an awakening, and I had to work on my shadow self and work on, childhood trauma, just things of why was my self-esteem low? Where is this insecurity coming from? Why are you codependent on this person? You know what I'm saying? So this is why I am the way I am now. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I want to be more open. So here you go.